All right, now this one we're going to look at solving rational equations. It's going to be very similar to when we wanted to do some adding and subtracting. There's just one little wrinkle to it. You still need to find a common multiple. So I'm looking at my denominators, 3x, x, and 6x squared. I'm trying to make them look exactly the same. Easiest way that you could do it is multiply out all of these pieces together. Multiply a 3x times 6x squared. I'm going to try and find the least common multiple. So I'm looking at my values of 3 and 6. Remember, a multiple, you count by 3s, you count by 6s. So 3, 6, 9, 12. You go 6, 12, 18, 24. You're going to find out that 6 is the lowest common multiple. So I'm going to go ahead and write that as a 6. Now you look at your values for x. You have an x, and an x squared. You want to find the smallest amount. You have to have it as 6x squared. All right, so that's your common multiple. Now the difference between what we did with adding and subtracting and what we're going to do with solving is I'm going to take this 6x squared and multiply it to just my numerators, not my denominators. I don't care about my denominators. Just multiply it to the numerators. So 1 times 6x squared. Your denominator still stays 3x. 1 times 6x squared, divide that by x. 1 times 6x squared over 6x squared. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cancel any common factors. We are basically taking this rational equation and we're getting rid of the rational part. We're getting rid of the fractions. So I'm going to look and see if I have any common factors that I can divide out. For the first one, I can see that the 6x squareds are going to divide out for that last fraction. I'm going to look at the middle one. 6x squared divided by x. The x is going to be going on the bottom with one of the x's on top. I'm left with just 6x. Now for the other part, that x on the bottom is going to cancel out with one x on top, so I'm still left with 1. And I can see that 6 divided by 3, I'm going to get rid of that 3 and write that as a 2. So now my equation actually becomes 1 times 2x, which is just 2x. And that's going to equal 1 times 6x, which is just 6x. Plus, the only thing that's left at the end is the 1. So now what I'm going to do, let me go back there so you can see what the equation is. Now you can see I'm left with this equation, 2x is equal to 6x plus 1. That's a heck of a lot easier to solve than what we started with. So that's what we're going to look at, and we're going to go ahead and do some solving now. So 2x is equal to 6x plus 1. Subtract 6x to both sides. Negative 4x is equal to 1. Divide both sides by negative 4. And you're going to see that x is equal to negative 1 over 4. Main thing that we always have to do at the very, very end is make sure that that's not an excluded value. It's not. The excluded value is 0, so we're good to go.